Hi there, it's Roy from Sulphur Sabers. What we have in front of us today is the Lustrous Arc model from the Sulphur Sabers website, one of the new designs from the S series, and this video is just a overview of the design. It's not an operation video for that, just refer to the other operation video on the page. So this is basically just allowing you a deeper insight into the saber design itself that's not conveyed by the photos. So first off, it's quite deceiving, this one. It may look like quite a simple design, but there's some exceptionally nice design elements in it. First off, you have a really nice high polish on the saber, which a lot of people like. For me, it's an absolute fingerprint magnet. So I prefer softer sabers with sort of leather wraps and such. But if you're a fan of the shiny sabers, this is a really good option for you. So in terms of design, so there's no cover tech. It keeps the lines nice and clean. It has quite an intriguing pommel on there. It's a very engineered, interesting engineering and milling on that piece. Makes for a very unique pommel. A relatively straight body, and then you have these beautiful pieces of milling up by the emitter. And of course you've got this little decorative screw just here as well. That particular screw doesn't operate as a blade retention screw. That said, you may be able to do so if you remove this little spacer here. But that spacer would be there just to kind of stop that screw from unscrewing under impact. So if you want to keep it purely decorative, you can. But like I said, removing that, you'd probably be able to use that as a blade retention screw, with the caveat, of course, that with that screw potentially rubbing up underneath against your shroud, you could scratch your shroud. So maybe better just to keep to the standard retention screws, of which there are 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you're using a heavy grade blade, you can normally get away with just using 1 retention screw. That holds your heavy grade in perfectly well, and I'd suggest using that one at the back there, keeping these 2 free for shine throughs. If you did want to use a mid-grade blade, mid-grade blades have thinner walls on them, so they're quite flexy under a single retention screw. A little bit squirmy, and maybe difficult to lock into place. That's when you'd use the additional retention screws just to keep those mid-grade blades in place there. So in terms of breakdown, the pommel does come off. This one is well and truly on. I will sort that out later. This pommel will, well, maybe it doesn't. 1 second. I should have tried this prior to the video actually. No, I believe this is all one piece actually, just there. So in order to get to your chassis, you'd have to remove the top section like so. Pop these 2 screws out, pushing your switch, and then your entire chassis slides out the top of the saber as opposed to normally sliding out the bottom. And yeah, quite interesting that that's one piece. First time I've seen that on a saber. Most sabers have removable pommels, but of course with the in-hilt recharge port, you don't need to do that. So yeah, very nice saber. So having that one-piece pommel, of course, precludes this design from being able to be used as a staff. So you wouldn't be able to just remove the pommel and put a staff coupler on there. So this would be saber only. And it's really nice. So let's say if you like your nice contemporary, well-designed sabers that have these very elegant features on there, and certainly that really nice unique pommel as well. I think this is a saber that you would probably enjoy. You'd spend your life polishing it because, like I said, it is a fingerprint magnet. If you were dueling, you'd of course wear gloves, which would not cause the issue. But yeah, great display piece as well. Really nice talking piece if you were to have one of these on your shelf. Of course, it's available in all the install options. So it'll be RGB bracelet. We've got the pixel options as well. The Xeno 3 pixel board and the Profi boards that we use. So yeah, if you wanted a very nice fancy saber, cool blade effects, would also be a really cool one. Okay, so there we go. That's our Lustrous Arc model. As always, if you have any questions, just fire them through and we will certainly do our best to answer them. And hope you enjoyed this overview. Thanks. Bye-bye.